But then you get it out in the mountains and you realize it's just a phenomenally good naked bike. What is going on, everybody? Good morning. It is 4:20 in the morning, LMAO. We are going out to Tucson to do this very special MT-10 test. So won't you come with me? Let's get there really quick and we'll start the video. Alrighty guys, we finally made it out to Tucson after 2 flights and like 6 hours. This is Troy. Troy, you want to say hello to everybody?
What's up guys, how you doing?
He is the man who has very graciously lent me his FZ-10 on Twisted Road, which is going to be pretty sweet. So Troy, what do you like about this bike?
I like this that it's a hooligan bike. You can do wheelies, you can have fun with it. It's quick off the line, but yeah, like I was explaining to you earlier, it's a beast that's on a leash. It's not untamable. It won't kill you the second you get on it. It's a lot of fun in the city, and then if you really want to, you can take it to the track and have fun with it. A lot of people rip the shit out of it.
Oh yeah, I've actually seen a guy out on track just like every straightaway, just wheelie constantly, just wheelie constantly. That's what you're supposed to do with it, right?
If you're at B mode and you're between 4 and like 8,000, it's coming up.
Is B the all the juice? Is that
B's all the juice?
Oh, okay. There. I thought A was all the juice.
No, it's B is for brutal. That's what B mode is.
So it's backward from the FZ-10 then. Okay, that's interesting.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't ride it, like I said, I don't ride in B mode.
No, I'm gonna put it in A, for just keep it.
But if you want to have fun with it, you can. It's no stranger to one wheel. Let's put it that way. So
cool.
It's good. It's a fun bike.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to try it out, man. It's gonna be awesome.
It's great. It's good times. So,
let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, guys. Mounting up on the MT-10 here. I actually need to route myself to a nice little coffee and sandwich spot. Feels so much like the FZ-10. Gotta love that crossplane sound. That crossplane bark, man. This bike's freaking sweet. I understand now why Chase on 2 Wheels bought one. This thing's pretty badass. It's funny how Yamaha's bikes, dude, they all these FZ bikes feel pretty much exactly the same. This literally just feels like a big ass FZ-07. Which is really cool, man. Really nice amount of power out of this 999cc Crossplane inline 4. Very cool motorcycle, man. Very cool bike. Yeah, it feels, man, I can't believe how comfortable and docile this thing is. Damn, dude, listen to that thing. I need a Crossplane in my life. Wow, that sounds good. So one of the coolest things about this MT-10 is actually that Troy listed it on Twisted Road, and then I rented it out from him, which is pretty cool. And the reason we did that is not only because I'm an investor in Twisted Road and we want to make it grow and all that, but also from a safety perspective, you know, you're covered by additional insurance, you're using a third party, you're meeting up on the application. It's just a lot more turnkey, especially for someone like me that I wouldn't be super comfortable meeting up a complete stranger from Instagram or something for a motorcycle. I like the fact that there's that added layer of protection and safety from Twisted Road. So this is actually the very first bike I'm renting from the platform, but we have also rented out the Hayabusa a few weeks ago to a guy in Austin, which was pretty awesome. So yeah, I mean, there's a reason that I invested in it, guys. I really believe in this idea, and I really think that it's gonna change the game in terms of motorcycle rentals and how people think about their own motorcycles. So thanks again, Troy. This is so cool, man. I'm having this is so sweet to be in a new city and just enjoying it on a motorcycle that you could never rent a bike like this from Hertz or, you know, whatever else. Like, you could never find a bike like this on one of those rentals. You'd have to rent like a big Harley or an adventure bike or something. So this is super cool, man. Excellent low-end torque. Alrighty guys, we got ourselves some coffee and some food. Feeling like I'm not going to pass out anymore. Finally got some calories inside of my body. This belt's feeling a little tighter now. That's okay. So we are now heading to Gates Pass Road. Should be a really pretty ride out to the old Tucson attraction. It's like some sort of old western town they have over there. Really stoked to check it out. This has just been such a pretty day so far. I somehow ended up at this resort. I was just trying to grab a coffee and a sandwich, and I don't know why it took me to this resort area to do it, but you know what? I'm kind of bougie, so I was feeling it. Insane how this literally just feels like a FZ-10, but just turned up to 18. It's so flickable, it's so playful. But these MT lines of bikes, man, they all kind of feel like this. They're all a little, you know, playful, kind of sketchy, kind of cheap feeling. But that's the fun about them, man. I kind of see now what Troy meant about it. It really is just like such a goon bike. You just kind of want to really have some fun with it. Grab it by the scruff of the neck. Great top end. Man, this thing's fun, dude. You get a lot of trouble with this thing. That Crossplane sound never gets old. Oh my god, this sounds so good. What I like about the MT-10 is you can totally just cruise with it. That's such a good quality in a motorcycle. And that's why these naked bikes just rule on the street, because it doesn't feel absolutely manic every 3 seconds, you know? But yeah, man, these naked bikes, they rule for this kind of stuff and just cruising along. Doesn't really get a whole lot better than this. Scenic view. Let's stop and look, shall we? Oh, wow. That's a pretty good view, isn't it? You can go down the trail here. That's cool. Do a little day hike. Alright, back on the road. Man, you know, I will say one thing about the MT-10. I think the one thing that would prevent me from owning it, as fun of a motorcycle as it is that Transformers style headlight. It's so polarizing. It really does look like a Decepticon, and I cannot do that. But man, when you're on it, you don't really care. Ooh, look at oh my god, look at these views. Wow. Man, this is what it's about, dude. Damn, this is what it's about. Wow. Wow. Look at this. Alrighty guys, we're going to go jump out towards Mount Lemmon, and once we get closer, I'm going to check back in with you guys, and I'll share some more thoughts about the MT-10. Let's do it. Alright everybody, taking off on the MT-10 here again. Got more thoughts on it. Been riding up Mount Lemmon here. We got a couple ways more to go on this road. It's a beautiful road. Great scenery. This is a funny little quirk about the MT-10. The clutch lever the clutch line right here goes right in front of the key. So it actually makes it pretty difficult to get the key back in there. So if you're going to buy an MT-10, now that's a bit of an anti-theft prevention device, I suppose. Well, let's get back on the road and let's see what this bike is all about. So without a doubt, the standout feature of this bike is the engine. This Crossplane crank is so juicy. It is just a lovely, lovely thing, particularly around town in low revs. I was just riding down on the main strip of Tucson here, and gosh, just between 2,000 and 6,000 RPM, the way it just burbles and cracks, oh, it's so very good. So that to me is the number one feature about this bike. But the more time you spend with it, the more you realize that it's a very competent sport bike. These top quality suspension components at the front make for a really plush ride. And I don't mean just plush in terms of like its damping and stuff like that, but it's a sophisticated motorcycle. It doesn't feel like a cheap bike. which is a good thing because I think this thing costs north of $11,000. Look at these views, wow. The cool thing about the MT-10 though is that it gives you super bike levels of performance in the low revs around town. Between 2 and 8,000 RPM, this thing just absolutely feels every bit like a super bike. But then you get it out in the mountains and you realize it's just a phenomenally good naked bike. It doesn't have an insane top end, feels really tractable and usable. It is just such a blast to ride, man. A really fun motorcycle. Now, one thing that does suck about it is it has the same throttle snatchiness as just about every other MT bike that I've ridden. The only exception being the MT-07. Somehow Yamaha got the MT-07's throttle correct. And I honestly suspect that that's because the MT-07 doesn't have Yamaha's ride-by-wire. This bike actually has the same ride-by-wire that the MT-09 has, the same A and B and standard modes and all that other crap. And it just makes for a throttle that is, well, I don't really know how to quite put it. It's just not predictable. It doesn't do what you expect it to do. And it is a little bit snatchy, honestly. This is the stuff dreams are made of, though, man. This is great. And you'll notice, guys, we're just having a bit of fun with the MT-10 here on these roads. This is actually my very first time on this road, so I'm not going to be carving up any lap times here at Mount Lemon. We are just having a good time, practicing good lane positioning, and keeping it nice and safe here on Troy's good MT-10. But yeah, this bike sounds so good, you'd forgive anything that it does, man. It could have the suspension from the FZ-09. It could have the terrible throttle from the FZ-09, which it's a little better, but it's not great. And I'd forgive it all because of this engine. It's just that good. It is so tractable and usable. It doesn't have an insane top-end rush like a lot of big leader bikes do, because it is a detuned version of the R1's engine, so it's not going to be some crazy super bike. But man, in the low revs, it's so good. The other thing that helps as well is you're limited by aerodynamics. Once you start really pushing it past 60, 70 miles per hour, all of a sudden your body acts like a kite, and you're not going to be going that much faster at those kinds of speeds. So you get all the fun out of a super bike at the low revs in a package that's comfortable, that you can ride all day long. I've been on this bike for a good 3 hours now, and it's just a blast, man. Now, the other thing I gotta say about this bike, though, that is extremely polarizing, are those looks. That is probably the only reason why I wouldn't want to own this motorcycle. It just does not look right. It's not the vibe that I would go for. If Honda had made it look, if Yamaha had made it look more like a like an FZ-09 with the single light and stuff like that, instead of going for the Decepticon look, I might have entertained the idea of maybe picking up one of these. But I just, right now, the way it is with these crazy Decepticon looks that it has, I can't do it. I really can't do it, guys. It's too ugly. But when you're on it, you don't see how ugly it is, and all you see is this bike that sounds like this. And it's really good. Now, I just realized we have it in A mode, so let's get it up and put it maybe in standard mode and have some fun with it, shall we? Alright, we are now in standard mode. Let's see if we can pull a little bit more brutal acceleration out of the MT-10. Wow, this road is so nice, man. Look how beautiful this is. Look at this huge sweeper. Taking it nice and easy. The MT-10 has a wonderful quality about it, as it really lightens up once you start picking up the pace. Feels like a super light and nimble motorcycle. Wow, look at this. Holy crap, this is gorgeous. Man, this bike rules. Ooh, it's starting to get cold. We're picking up the altitude. Gosh, it's so beautiful up here. Even in standard mode, you can really tell it's a detuned R1 engine. Like, don't get me wrong, it pulls, but it doesn't have that earth-shattering top end that a leader bike has, which I really like. For a street bike, this is awesome. I would take this over an R1 as a street bike any day. Wow, man, this is this is so sweet. I love the way this thing flicks into corners. Oh god, I really kind of wish that if it had, I know it can't because it's like a modern bike and you can't do that to a modern bike, but if it had a cable actuated throttle, I think it would be all the better for it. None of these power modes, none of all this crap. Give me just a cable actuated throttle and just make it good, you know? Just make it real good. Look how pretty this is, man. Kind of want to slow down a little bit and just take it all in. Wow. But then you see these twisties coming up and you want to just shred it a little bit, right? At a sensible pace, guys. Sensible. Nobody's gooning here. Wow, this is so pretty. Kind of feel like Shaft right now. That's a lucky guy who lives in the Alps. Flick it in, flick it in, flick it in. This bike is so sweet, man. Got a 20 mile per hour here. Let's see. It's pretty open. Better safe than sorry, though. Down in Austin, when a curve is marked 20, you take it at 20. Yeah, dude, this bike, wow. Look at this view! Oh my god! Wow, man! I'm in shock! This is unbelievable! Oh my god! Look at this! Holy crap, dude! All with the sound of this Crossplane crank, baby. Does it get any better than this? I don't think so. Let's slow it down here. We're entering a vista, a lookout point maybe. Oh, guys, we gotta stop, don't we? Wow, it's so effing gorgeous. Wow. That is amazing. I am shocked at how well this thing handles. No, not surprised. It is basically a naked R1, but man, it's good. You could do some serious damage with this thing at the track. Your top speed would be a little limited, but... it is achingly beautiful up here. This is phenomenal. Oh, it's getting really cold up here. Wow, I'm really freezing. Guys, that wraps up my thoughts on the MT-10. I don't really think I have anything else. If you guys want to stick around, I'm probably just going to keep recording and just carry this out because this is just such a good ride. And again, I don't want to harp on it, but man, like, this was only possible because of Twisted Road. If you guys are interested, like, you could book yourself a trip and then rent someone's bike just like I did and have a fun adventure just like I'm doing right now. Hit the link below. You get yourself one free day if you use my link. Got nothing to lose, man. Alrighty, guys. That's gonna wrap up the vlog. Hope you enjoyed. It's the stuff dreams are made of. It's not a bad way to spend a Thursday aboard the Yamaha MT-10 and some beautiful mountain roads here in Tucson, Arizona. Oh man, that was some good stuff. Time to make it back down the mountain. Catch you guys in the next one. See you later.